Hi there, Perfecto Castro here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. This right here is the most talked about signature guitar release of 2025. And in case you've been living under a rock and haven't heard about it, this is Chleo, the signature collaboration between PRS Guitars and the mighty Herman Li of Dragonforce. So in this video, I am going to... hip kick. Okay. Okay, so I decided to remain standing as I show off this guitar to all you guys because I just saw it on my big monitor right here. And this maple top is just gorgeous. This way you get a nice eye candy view of the Chleo. Now, before we continue, I have to tell you guys that this video is not sponsored by PRS or by anybody in particular. They actually don't need my help in selling these guitars because the initial USA production run of the Chleo is already sold out. Yeah. Making this one of the most hard to get signature guitars of 2025. And also this guitar is not mine. This is on loan from my very good friend Lester, who is also my student, and he was one of the lucky ones who managed to get their hands on this initial run. So thank you, Lester, for letting me play your guitar for this video. Now, there are plenty of YouTube videos that talk about the Chleo, but not much that actually play the guitar and run it through different tones. So that is exactly what I am going to do. First up, I'm going to play the Chleo in a full track, and I'm going to do my very best to channel my inner Herman Li. Enjoy. Now let's check out some more tones. I'm plugged into my Rev Generator 120 in the back, and I'm going to use all the channels: clean, crunch, dirty purple, and dirty red. Okay, first up, let's explore the voicing options on these Fishmans using a crunch tone. Okay, tone push pull down. And this puts us in voice 1. Bridge pickup. Now let's go to position 2. Split bridge, inner coil active, and the middle pickup. Okay, position 3, middle pickup on its own. Position 4, split neck pickup, inner coil, and the middle pickup. Then position 5, neck pickup, full humbucker, voice 1. Okay, let's check out voice 2. Pull up on the tone knob, and this is neck pickup, voice 2. Okay, voice 2 has a leaner bass. The mids are shifted a little bit, while voice 1 is vintagey and chewy. Now, I should mention that voice 1 and voice 2 only affects the bridge and neck pickups in full humbucking mode. So let's go to the bridge pickup. This is voice 2. And then voice 1. Yeah, so there is a mid bump somewhere when you engage voice 2. Almost like a cocktail sound. Okay, so in this option, you basically get a typical, HSH super shredder guitar. But what sets the Chleo apart from other HSH super shredders is this next mode, which you get into by pulling up on the volume knob. So right now we have the bridge pickup split to the inner coil. And then position 2 is the typical splits on a dual humbucker guitar. So neck and bridge pickups, inner coils active. Now position 3 is a weird choice because now you get both bridge and neck pickups in full humbucking mode in voice 2. Yeah, so that doesn't do anything. Then we get to position 4, which is another fun one. So you again get split bridge and split neck, but this time with the outer coils active, making it like almost like a Telecaster setup. And then finally, position 5 is split neck pickup to the outside coil, making it more stratty. Now the Cleo's middle pickup is sunk way into the body, and that is by design. It's low enough so it doesn't get in the way of your picking hand, while still being voiced to give you those classic in-between quacky guitar tones. And the split options that you get when you pull the guitar knob up gives the Chleo an extra layer of versatility. So it's not just melodic power metal all the time. In fact, here's another track that is as anti-Dragonforce as you can get. Showcasing the Cleo's tender side. Enjoy. Okay, middle of the video thereabouts. Please give this video a thumbs up, like, hit subscribe if you haven't yet, and don't forget to ring that bell. And let me know what you think of the Chleo so far in the comments section. Okay, let's get dirty. Rev generator, purple channel. Red channel. With a proper dirty tone, the Chleo will give you everything you need, from the deepest and meanest chugs to those highest screaming harmonics. I mean, check this out. Now, those are proper high squealing natural harmonics. And the best part is I don't even have to do anything special technique-wise. You know, they just pop out, they sing, they sustain, and they are nice and loud. The Cleo's neck is also nice and responsive, with the notes just popping out as soon as you play them. In the upper frets where you make the least amount of money, these scalloped frets lets you grab those notes and make them sing nicely. And that is also facilitated by this roomy cutaway access right here. I mean, I didn't do it in the jam track, but you can very well do the, the Dragonforce technique, if you know the right notes. Now, as for the neck profile, the Chleo does not have a typical PRS style neck. While some PRS SEs can get into this thinness, the Chleo has more substantial shoulders, which makes it more comfortable to grab regardless if you're playing, thumb behind the neck for the shreddy lines or thumb over the neck for those juicy bends. And I don't think it's similar to an Ibanez neck either. It's just its own thing. Now, speaking of comparisons, a lot of people have also commented that this outline is similar to the Music Man John Petrucci Majesty. Well, you can compare for yourself. Hold on. Now, holding these guitars side by side, I can see the similarity. However, the main difference is with the upper horns. The Majesty has a shorter lower horn, while the Chleo has a longer lower horn. And the Cleo's upper horn is shorter than the Majesty's. The lower bout is similar, though the Majesty terminates to a point, while the Chleo has a nice round bottom. I also have to mention that in person, the Chleo exudes a more organic vibe than the Majesty. Now, as great as the Chleo is, I have some thoughts. And I'm going to share them with you guys. Now, my first issue is with this stabilized double locking guttural tremolo. Now, I get that a lot of players want their tremolo bridges to be stable, to return to zero all the time, and to have excellent tuning stability when playing live. However, for me personally, when you stabilize a locking tremolo to this extent, you are essentially disabling one of the most expressive inventions ever made for the electric guitar. So yes, it is stable. It takes a lot of muscle to move this bridge. Okay, that clanking sound is the stabilizer doing its thing inside the tremolo cavity. However, you lose that subtle expressive vibrato that you can only get with a shimmering whammy bar. So with a guitar stabilized like this, you only have, the sharp going vibrato with your fingers. You don't get the down and up motion when you wiggle your whammy bar. So at this point, the tremolo is just relegated to special tricks. Dive bombs. And then even pulling up to pitch makes it very difficult. See, I am really fighting with the trem arm to hold that pitch. And then I can't even vibrato. It pretty much feels like I need to hit the gym before I can get that Herman Li horse effect. Oh. Yeah, so if this were my guitar, I would probably just disable the stabilizer. That way I get the full effects of this wonderful locking tremolo system. Now, of course, if you play with a lot of oblique bends, this is great. Great for country pedal steel licks, but this is not a country guitar. Or it can very well be. I mean, if you can buy one. Okay, on second thought, I take that back. This can be a country guitar. So pull the volume knob up, position 2, and you get the Telecaster dual pickup tone. Now the flat 20-inch fretboard radius is also nice to shred on. But for me personally, I prefer a compound radius. That way it's a little more comfortable to play chords down the neck, and you have a better grab onto the notes when you squeeze them for all their life. Another thing I'm not too crazy about is the position of the pickup selector. So when I'm switching from the bridge pickup to the neck pickup, it's fine. Quick flip. However, going from the neck pickup to the bridge pickup, my pinky actually runs into either the whammy bar or the volume knob. As you can see, the pickup switch tip is in line with the volume knob. So yeah. However, this should just be a minor adjustment to my muscle memory. If I live with this guitar for a little while longer, I'll probably work my way around it. Now let's talk about the most obvious feature that has pretty much become the guitar meme of 2025. So I'm not a fan of the embedded guitar jack. Another guitar company, STS Guitars of Germany, uses a similar layout, but without this thing. And it limits your options for cables and wirelesses and stuff. If you use a regular guitar cable, like this, it fits. However, I do have some very nice custom-made cables. Like here, check this out, right? From Tsunami Cables with this custom plug right here. And it does not fit. I can't use it. Same with some of the common wireless devices that are available today as well. So this X-Vibe A58 does not fit. Now I know what you're thinking, just use professional gear, but sometimes I just want things to be convenient. And this is not convenient. I mean, even plugging a regular guitar cable in, you have to, dig in there and just try to find the hole. There. Okay, we are back in business. As for the price, since this is already sold out, a lot of people probably think this is worth it. And, in person, this is a very, very beautiful guitar. I mean, the craftsmanship, the lines, the way the woods were married to each other and selected, the way the neck is built, the way the fretboard and the frets are polished, and the way this guitar is set up, I would easily say that this is worth every single penny that they are asking for it. You're not just paying for the wood, the materials, and the sum of its parts. You are paying for all the thought, the effort that went into designing and building this wonderful instrument. Well, there you have it. This is Chleo from PRS Guitars and Herman Li. Again, this video is not sponsored by PRS or Herman Li, and I would like to thank my very good friend Lester for loaning me this guitar to show off to all you guys in this video. Now, if you want to support me and my work in this channel, I will have affiliate links to your favorite music gear retailers in the video description. So please use these links to go gear shopping, and every little commission that I get helps me keep making these videos for everybody to enjoy. Thank you for your extra support. Well, here's a couple of videos that you can click to watch, then go grab your guitar and play something. Y'all know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers, guys.